Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to do a first impressions on a makeup brand that I've been waiting ages to do. I've had the makeup, I've just been putting it off and off, and today I was just like, I'm doing it today. So in this little bag, I have some goodies. So the brand that I'm going to be doing full face on is Flower Beauty. If you don't know, Flower Beauty is actually owned by a celebrity, Drew Barrymore. So she started the brand herself, and I've heard a lot of good things about Flower Beauty, so I really wanted to give it a try. So I have foundation, I have the concealer, I have a palette with bronzer, blush and highlighter. I have used this before when I was away. Then there's the mattifying pore minimizing primer. There we go. Then I have another primer, and this is the Supernova Celestial Skin Elixir, and this looks so cool. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like an oil. It's like a serum. So it's perfecting oil, ultra light texture, smoothing and brightening effect. And it's like this galactic purple serum. It's just so cool. I have heard a lot of good things about this, so I really wanted to try it. I'm trying to shake it up just to make sure that it is okay. I think it's okay. And that's everything that I have. Not sure if I mentioned that I have a lip gloss as well, and that is in the shade Beer Honey, so it's just a neutral pink shade. So the first thing that I'm going to start with is the Supernova Celestial Skin Elixir. So it is a pump. So I'm just going to open it, give it a stir up, and that's what it looks like in the tube. So as I said, it is like an oil. So it is quite oily. But I really wanted to put an oil on because I felt like my skin was a bit dry today. I'm just going to put some on my forehead. The trick with this thingy, the squeezy tube thing, is don't touch it off your skin, because if you touch it on your skin, any bacteria that's on your skin will transfer onto that, and then we're going to the bottle. And that's the point of it, that there isn't any bacteria going into it. I feel like my skin feels hydrated a lot after that. As I said, it is oily, but I said it's an oily formula, so it's going to be oily but I feel like my skin feels hydrated, and I feel like it's actually getting a really nice glow as well. So the next thing I'm going to go into is the foundation. It's the Luminous Makeup Nude Skin Feel All Day Wear Broad Spectrum SPF 18 sunscreen, and I've got Porcelain L1, and it's called Light Illusion, and that's all it says on the packaging. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze some out onto the back of my hand. I did use this before when I was on holidays, but that was so long ago when I bought it and used it that I can't remember how it was, and I can't remember how many pumps I needed to use. So I put a good bit on the back of my hand. So as it said, it's supposed to be good coverage, but nude like skin. So you're meant to be able to see through it. So like, if you have freckles and you want to see your freckles, you should be able to see your freckles through this. I quite like the foundation. It is very like a luminous glow. So, I mean, I would say if you don't like it, very glowy. I mean, it looks kind of like a sweaty look. So if you don't like that, I would say set it. I will definitely be setting my T-zone. Just trying to blend my foundation down my neck and my chest so it all blends evenly. The next thing that I'm going to do is I will be moving on to concealer. I'm just getting a wipe to wipe off the foundation off the back of my hand. I used up most of what I put on the back of my hand, and I would say it's quite a lot of foundation that I actually pumped out of the bottle. And even though I pumped out a lot, if you wanted more coverage, you'd even have to put on more. Okay, so I'm going to move on to concealer. This is the Flower Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer Weightless Feel and Crease Proof. It has a softly angled tip for precise application. So it's a weightless formula for a second skin feel, and it's crease proof. So it's a blurring concealer. Diminishes the appearance of imperfections, fine lines, and signs of fatigue for a flawless look. Flawless and luminous look. It blends seamlessly like a second skin. And the eye area is visibly brightened with a soft touch of light. So it's a lot to clean. But we're going to try it out anyway. So this is the packaging. It's very simple, minimalistic packaging really. And I'm just going to show you this is the angled tip that it was saying on the box. So it's like that. So it's easier to get into places. Okay, so I have that on anywhere that I would want it. If I feel like I need more, I can just go back in to get more. So I'm just going to blend it out now. So that definitely did brighten. There is definitely a big difference between this side and this side. My eyes feel really dull today. I'm feeling really tired, kind of run down today. So you can definitely see a difference between this side and this side. It definitely did brighten, give it a bit of light. The only thing I will say is I always have problem with this area where it's just like foundation and concealer don't stick. Don't know why. And you can always see a bit of redness right there. But other than that, it really did do a good job concealing, brightening and giving a bit of light to it. I'm just going to blend out this side. That pimple has been there a few days and it's been really bugging me, so I just put some concealer on it to cover it up because it was really red. And then I also only took what was on the brush and just patted it on. It did a really nice job covering up that spot. Definitely, I feel like if there's any areas that the foundation didn't cover and you want more coverage, concealer definitely works for that. I would definitely describe this as a full coverage concealer. I wouldn't say there's any smell to it. So I'm just going to blend out these areas where I put the concealer. I will also say my nose is the worst area where I find foundation never sticks. So I'm rubbing the concealer all over my nose because the foundation didn't really stick to my nose. I will say I don't have mascara for today's video. That's one of the things I am missing. And just like I don't have eyeshadow. Okay, so that's foundation and concealer done. I don't have a setting powder. I don't know if they do have a setting powder, but I don't have one for Flower Beauty. So I'm just going to set it with the Maybelline Master Fix setting powder. Okay. So again, I'm just going to be setting my eyes and around my T-zone and under my eyes as well. Okay. That's all I'm going to do. For setting powder. And then I am going to go in with the palette. There we go. So I'm going to start off with bronzer. I feel like this is the wrong shade of bronzer for me, that I maybe should have went darker, because I feel like it's kind of like a red undertone, and I feel like I could have went for a bit darker. It's not my exact shade, like I feel like very kind of red undertone. And I nearly feel like if I used my powder from LA Girl, the powder would have done better than this bronzer. Now it's not the bronzer's fault because it did blend out pretty easily, and when I'm going back in with my brush that I used my setting powder with, it's blending out pretty easy. So it does blend and apply pretty easily. It's just not my right shade. So it doesn't look too bad. I get away with it. The next thing I'm going to do is just pop into the blush. So it is a nice blush. I will give it that. It's a nice blush. And it blends pretty easily, applies pretty easily. And there isn't any highlight in the blush. So it's just a matte blush, which is what I quite like. I hate blushes when they have highlight in them. Okay, so that is blush and bronzer done. I'm going to go into highlight just now. And I'm going to just use this highlight shade in the palette again. Okay, this definitely picked up way too much considering that's the colour. That's all the highlight. Yeah, I definitely picked up way too much on the brush. So I'm going to rub it on my eyes as well. There we go. Again, just rubbing it on the tip of the cheek. Going to put it on the eyelid. And down the middle of my face, in my T-zone. And up here. So it definitely is a really nice highlight. I'll give it that. The brush is really nice. As I always said, the only thing that's wrong with this palette is that the bronzer isn't my exact shade. That's the only thing, really. I mean, overall they are good quality. They blend really nicely and pretty easily. My last thing is the lip gloss in the shade Bare Honey. So it's a very neutral shade. So I'm just going to apply this. So it's a really, really nice nudie, peachy, pink shade. Smells like vanilla. It's a really nice smell though, depending on how you feel about the scents. I quite like it. Feels really nice on the lips. It's not drying them out or anything. Yeah, I quite like how this makeup turned out. It's a nice brand. It's like vegan free and sorry, it's a vegan brand and like cruelty free and all that above. It's a decent price. Yeah, that highlight is amazing. So yeah, it's just a natural everyday makeup look. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe and let me know what you thought. Thanks guys.